Howdy.
You're facing another English striker this weekend. Do you see this matchup being similar to your fight with MVP?
No. Hell no. I want to win all 3 rounds, not just when I get my hands on them. Absolutely not. I guess you can say this is my redemption fight against the UK. But yeah, no, we always want to win every fight. I'm not making any association between this and the last. So any associations that I do make is because I'm game planning to overcome.
And then when you look at the top of the division right now, Strickland and Chimaev might rematch. What's your opinion on that?
I think it was a pretty one-sided decision. It wasn't close. I think that's the criteria, if you will, the unspoken criteria for an immediate rematch. That and money. So there you go.
And then you've competed at multiple weight classes in your career, but recently a lot of guys from 185 have been moving up to 205. Have you ever thought about maybe returning to light heavyweight in your career at some point?
Yeah. But the weight cut isn't hard, you know what I mean? It's not hard at all. So maybe for my last few fights, you know, I may over what's the word? Not do a weight cut and get in there and bang it out with the bigger boys again. Maybe get that rematch with Rob.
Hey, how are you today?
Hello.
Kind of going off what he said. You've been in the UFC for a long time now. I kind of want to see what your thoughts are on the talent from when you started to now and how the divisions that you've been a part of have grown and the fighters here now.
The sport is still relatively young. Where are we at? 25, 30 years almost? Over 30? Something like that. So there's definitely a difference from when I first started. I came in I debuted on Jones Cormier 1, I believe it was. I think it was 1. Yeah, Jones Cormier 1, I debuted. And that was January 2015. Here we are 11 years later, and things are quite different, you know what I mean? We've seen a lot of guys come and go, and I think there's going to be more to come. So, like I said, the sport is still young. There's still more to be discovered, you know, more Conor McGregors, if you will. So, yeah.
You have fought many big names here over the, like you said, 11 years that you've been in the UFC. As you said, your last few fights coming up, is there anyone that you'd want to see in the octagon before your career comes to an end?
Nobody in particular, no. The champion. I would like to fight the champion for the belt before this is all over. And
last question for you. You have a teammate here debuting this Saturday. Ezra, what do you think about him making his debut and as a teammate?
Ezra Ezra grinds it out, man. He's a what's the word? A consummate member of the team. I think that's the right word. All of it. He's really good for our team. He's been really good on the team at the MMA Lab. He's been putting in the work. He's been getting better. You know what I mean? He's making everybody around him better. So he's definitely good to have around. Definitely an honor to share a card with him. I've been watching him, you know, do his thing on the local circuit, and now we get to do it on the same card. The same with Jose. Jose Delgado is on this card as well. We shared a card back when I fought RoboCop, and we both did pretty good that night. So we want to do it again, better this time with more teammates on the card this time too. So,
thank you so much.
What's up, Jared? We asked UFC Threads fans to come up with a couple questions for you. One of them was about 205, so we'll kind of just jump right into that. Do you believe that you will fight the rest of your career at middleweight?
It's a possibility, you know. It's a likely possibility. Is there a chance to fight at 205? It's possible. So yeah, Yeah, anything's possible, man.
Cool. This one is, what do you think about Bruce Lee?
Bruce Lee.
Yeah, Bruce Lee. It's on people's mind after Connor said he's the best thing since Bruce Lee.
Oh, so what do I think about Bruce Lee?
Yeah, what do you think about Bruce Lee?
I think he was. Some people argue that he is the first mixed martial artist to ever grace the face of the earth before mixed martial arts was even a thing. And I would agree with that sentiment. You know, he was a martial arts through and through, and he wanted to take that martial artist in him and expand it to other territories, other areas, other martial arts, and integrate it. So, the godfather of mixed martial arts, if you will.
Cool.
I wouldn't call Conor McGregor that, though.
Do you play the UFC game? And have you ever played yourself as a character in the game?
I have played the game. I have played myself. I think that's the only character I actually played as. But, yeah, I played it, but it's not my sort of game to play.
Cool. You have fought across 3 different divisions in your career. Which version and which weight class beats the others?
Middleweight Cannonier beats anybody. Now, Cannonier today beats anybody Cannonier from the past.
Cool. And last one is, you have fought some of the greatest strikers of all time. Who do you believe has or had the best striking in UFC history?
Outside of myself, that I fought?
This one is in general UFC history.
That's a tough one. Best striker. I don't know. I'm going to have to get back to you on that question.
And there is a follow-up. Who was the most difficult opponent that you've faced in terms of striking?
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of reasons why. I can say Robert Whittaker because he broke my arm in that first minute, and it was just hard to get going striking-wise. The same can be said about Imavov. I felt like it was hard to get going striking-wise. But between the two, I'll probably say Robert Whittaker.
Thank you. We're excited to see you this weekend. Appreciate it.
Hey, Jared. We talked a little bit about it yesterday about, potentially jumping the rankings and taking a shorter notice fight if the right guy gets mentioned. Say things go your way in like the next 1 or 2 fights and Sean Strickland is still the champion. You obviously have history there. I think I remember him exiting the octagon, being pretty upset that night. Is there a world where, somebody in the top 5 gets injured and, Strickland calls you out because he wants to, get that fight back?
I'm here for all possibilities to get that belt. So, hell yeah. Yeah. I already got his card once. I don't know if he's moved past it or not. If I had the belt twice, I wouldn't be hung up on any loss that I've had in the past. But I did that, and I would like to do that again. Yeah, but even better this time. I would like to get the finish this time and actually get my hands on them a little bit more.
What did you see that these guys haven't been able to see with him, like in the Adesanya fight and the Chimaev fight?
One thing that I've noticed out of his career is after his fight with Pajeda, and then he had me next, he really turned around, and really started taking it to the guys. You know what I mean? Doing the man dance. He said after my fight, he said he felt like he fought like a bitch. His words, not mine. So I think that really lit a fire in his ass, because when he came back against Imavov, he took it to him. Imavov couldn't last. And you know what I mean? And the same thing he did with Adesanya. And nobody thought that he was going to do that to Adesanya. Same thing happened with, it was close, but he kind of dropped the ball against Dracus. But then he did it again against Hernandez. You know, he did really well. I was impressed against what he did against Hernandez. And then again against Shemaev. And that was very impressive, you know what I mean? So maybe I lit a fire under his ass. Yeah. So, yeah, I'd like to get that fight back for sure. I mean, I'd like to run that back. Maybe he want to clear the air on that or anything or something, whatever. I don't know.
Jared, right over here. Earlier, just a few minutes ago, you mentioned how during your time in the UFC, a lot of people have come, some have gone, and stuff like that. But, of course, the Killer Gorilla has remained. So what does that say about you and the way that you've kind of grown with this sport?
I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty damn good. Longevity, you know. The only thing that's been keeping me out of the octagon has been injuries, you know. So I feel like that's been the biggest thing, the biggest opposition in my career. You know, not my opponent standing in front of me, but the injuries, man. So, you know, by the grace of God, I want to stay uninjured. You know what I mean? I want to go in there and really stretch out on my opponent. And I mean, like, really put my hands on them, do what I want to, make them completely ineffective, me be super effective, and end this career with a big bang.
Thank you.
Jared over here. What do you make of the Duplessis-Usman fight stylistic? You know what I'm trying to say. Yes. And it's the jet lag. And then obviously, how do you see it going?
Well, Usman's been talking about coming up to 85 for a while. I think it's a deserved fight for him, considering his resume, you know. And he's coming off a big win. Was it off of Buckley, I think was his last win? You know, took the fire right out of his furnace. So, yeah, good for him. It's a good fight. Everybody's talking about how big Dricus is compared to. Everybody talking about how, you know, he fared against Khamzat. So everybody's speculating. I tend not to speculate. I understand that these are two very high level former champions, and one is coming up to another's turf to see what he can do, and it's going to be interesting. How do I see it going? I don't know. It's tough, man. I don't want to be biased either way. You know what I mean? It's easy to say the big man's going to win, considering his style. The guy's a berserker, has sort of a berserker style when he starts going. And Usman on the feet is more measured. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I mean, the guy's good though. You know, I think Usman can definitely get it done. I think he can definitely surprise some people with some level changes, with some big shots that he can land. We'll see.
Appreciate it. Thanks.